We're going to need a bit for this review.
Well, is there anything in the rules or the theme that we can use?
Well, the theme's Vikings.
Vikings are fun.
Yeah, no, Vikings are awesome. The theme's awesome. Mechanically, it's a deck builder. It's got an economy built in. It only has 2 currencies. It's beer and gold. It's like a medieval frat house.
Good night, officers. Thanks for understanding. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah, no bit. Vikings Gone Wild. Vikings Gone Wild is an excellent game. Let's just get that out of the way right up front. It's a fantastic little deck builder, full of really clever, simple mechanics that we think is just a huge amount of fun. So in classic deck building format, each of the 2 to 4 players of Vikings Gone Wild are going to get the exact same starting deck. And the starting deck has the basics, right? You've got 2 Viking warriors, you've got a whole mess of beers, and you've got a couple of gold bars, which sounds like a party. And every player is going to have a player mat that's going to help them organize their play space. And from these humble components, you're going to build your Viking point engine, because Vikings Gone Wild is a deck building game, it's a tableau building game, but ultimately it's an engine building game. Now, the big board here is really to help organize your purchases. You've got, you've got the conversion rate. Oh, by the way, it's all prototype components. This prototype has seen the road. It's really beat up, and quite frankly, it still looks really great. So I'm really confident that the final product is going to look amazing. But anyway, back down to the good stuff. You've got the conversion rate that helps you figure out how to convert goods. You've got structures here. Each of these go into your tableau, and these produce breweries produce beer, and gold factories apparently just manufacture gold, and taverns and drakars help you draw and manipulate your hand size, and then the containers help you handle surplus. Up at the top part here, you've got Odin's Path, and this is a constantly churning market of cards that will get added to your deck instead of to your tableau, and they're economy boosters and attack cards. Oh, well, I'll talk about the attack cards in a second, especially since over here you've got a section about attack and defense. You've got warriors that'll get added to your deck, and these will help you attack your opponent's tableau, and defensive cards that you'll be able to use to protect your own tableau from attack. But attacking is not exactly what it sounds like, and I'll get to it in a second. Finally, you've got the bonuses section. 4 of these cards get drawn at the beginning of the game and get assigned randomly, and they're just kickers for endgame scoring. They give you bonus points for the person who has the most of something. And finally, you've got Divine Favor cards. Now, Divine Favor cards are super powerful, borderline game-breaking, but they're also pretty rare, and everybody has access to them, so they're actually just a lot of fun to draw and do wonky things with. And then, of course, there's your score track at the very bottom, which keeps track of how close you are to achieving the level of glory that you need to consider yourself a successful Viking having gone wild. So the flow of every round of Vikings Gone Wild is pretty simple. Everybody draws their cards. If you've built taverns, you get to draw more. And then all of our production buildings produce, and then one by one, we play our hands. And we can take actions where we buy cards and build structures. We can add cards to our decks. And, if at any point during your turn you've completed one of your mission cards, you can claim 1 per turn. That gets you some victory points, and that's a secondary source of victory points, because the primary source of victory points, at least as far as we've experienced it, is from attacking other people's tableaus. Now, attacking normally isn't our thing. We don't really love games where we spend our time knocking each other's stuff down. We find it just sort of a negative gameplay mode. But because of the way attacking in Vikings Gone Wild is designed, it's actually a really, really clever mechanism. See, if I attack your, let's say, brewery, and I deal it enough damage that I destroy it, or raise it, or whatever, really what that means is that I've dealt damage, I win, and assuming you don't play any defensive cards, I get some victory points. And in fact, the more of your structures that I attack during the course of a turn successfully, the more victory points I get. It's not exponential, but it's more than just 1 to 1. But what's really cool about it is when your brewery gets razed or destroyed or attacked or whatever, it's not gone. It's not even non-operational. You can still use it. It's going to be fine. All that matters is that your tableau are my victory points waiting to be claimed, but it doesn't come at any cost to you. So does that mean that player interactivity is a little bit low? Well, yeah, kind of, because normally the only way that I could stop an attack is by having a defensive card. The only reason I would stack defensive cards is because I'm worried about getting attacked. But again, remember, the attacks don't really cost me anything. But what they do is they let you get ahead in points. So it becomes a little bit of a point-counterpoint game there, but what it never is subtractive. The reason that we generally don't like combat in games like this is because it kind of has a rich get richer feel to it, where the person who attacks damages one of your structures, maybe destroys it completely, and gets some victory points to boot. In this game, it's just victory points, and so it doesn't set you back while it sets your opponent forward. We really, really like that. It turns a gameplay mechanism that normally is kind of a bummer for us into something that we get really excited about. So in case it's not abundantly clear, we love Vikings Gone Wild. It's got a great theme, it's got a great feel, the art's fantastic, the Kickstarter has more than funded, it's crushed everything except one stretch goal at this point, and so we're sure it's going to look great. The main backing level gets like 1,000 gems, and the Kickstarter exclusive levels got like 3,500 or something absurd like that. You're getting a tremendous amount of game for the investment, and it's a fun game too. So we had a really great time previewing it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Check out our work on Gameosity.com. And if you'll excuse me, I haven't quite given up on the idea of this whole medieval fraternity thing. I think this one's got legs. Anyway, see you next game.